Rupert,
What?
you got some really pretty banana curls.
Yeah.
What's that for?
Well, you said you wanted Shirley Temple on. So I got the hair for the Shirley Temple.
Oh, yeah, no, we're gonna make a Shirley Temple because you wanted a really nice beverage.
Oh!
Yeah, you're just a little baby pig, so we have to make a beverage that is safe for little pigs.
Oh!
Yeah, and have you ever heard of what a Shirley Temple is?
She's a little girl, she sings the Good Ship Lollipop.
That's true. Shirley Temple was a very famous actress, and she was very young, and she sang a lot of songs with a lot of people, and they named a drink after her that little kids could have when their grown-up parents and stuff were having grown-up drinks.
Oh!
And the Shirley Temple is...
You drink it with the animal crackers in the soup?
You could have animal crackers, soup, and a Shirley Temple, and then you would have a whole meal. How about that?
That's 3 things.
That would be 3 things.
Ah!
So a Shirley Temple is made with ginger ale.
Ginger ale.
And a maraschino cherry.
Maraschino cherry.
And grenadine.
Grenadine.
Do you know what grenadine is? Well, we're going to find out, and we're actually going to find out how to make your very own grenadine syrup.
Ooh!
A Shirley Temple's a really pretty drink color. Guess what color that is? What would be your favorite color for a little drink?
For a little drink?
A little drink.
Let's get a pink drink.
Pink?
Pink?
Pink, yes. Pink or red. Shirley Temples, yep. Because the grenadine syrup is a red syrup.
Red syrup.
Yep, it is very sweet. You can buy grenadine syrup in the grocery store. If you do, it's going to be filled with corn syrup and all sorts of artificial flavors. Yeah, and it just tastes way too sweet. It's really not all that pleasant. But guess where the red color comes from?
A red ball.
It doesn't come from a red ball. It comes from red seeds, which are pomegranate seeds.
Pomegranate.
And so
It's a funny looking bottle.
This is a funny looking bottle. This is pomegranate juice.
Oh.
This is unsweetened pomegranate juice, and we are going...
You squeeze the pomegranates all by yourself?
No, we have somebody else do that for us.
Okay.
It's much easier to buy the juice than to make your own pomegranate juice. We are going to use 1 cup of unsweetened pomegranate juice.
1 cup of unsweetened.
Yep.
Okay.
Now, of course, grenadine syrup sweetens up drinks as well as gives it flavor, so what's the next ingredient in this?
Sugar!
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 Sugar! We are going to use the same amount of sugar as we did of the pomegranate juice, so that's how much?
I forget.
1 cup.
1 cup.
So it's 1 cup pomegranate juice and 1 cup sugar.
That's 2 cups.
That's 2 cups. If you decide that you want to make more, you can always double this. If you want to make less, you can always have it. It's always a 1-to-1 ratio.
Where are we going to have it?
We're going to have it in a Shirley Temple.
We should have it.
And this is our final ingredient.
It's a lemon.
It's a lemon.
That's sour.
A lemon. Exactly. We are going to use the juice of half a lemon, or about a tablespoon of lemon juice.
Not a cup of lemon?
No, that would be way too much, and this is a sweet drink. So the lemon just makes it a little bit less sweet and gives it a little bit more flavor. Yeah, so the lemon just brings out the sweetness and brings out the pomegranate flavor. So we're going to see how to make this, and then we're going to come back and make you a Shirley Temple. Okay, so I am starting out with a shallow and very wide frying pan. I'm not going to use a saucepan for this because I want it to evaporate quite quickly and for this to become more of a syrup much more quickly, and you get a lot more surface area when you use a pan like this. So to this, I am going to start out with my 1 cup of sugar, and I just want to spread that out. Next to that, I am going to add 1 cup of my pomegranate juice. Now if you want to make more, you can just double this up. If you just want to make a small amount, you can always have this. Because it's 1-to-1 sugar to juice, it's very easy to make adjustments to this recipe. Now what I want to do is to try to dissolve the sugar into the pomegranate juice as much as possible while this is heating up. All of the sugar is now dissolved, and I'm seeing some bubbles starting to appear, so I'm going to turn down the heat just a little bit. You don't want this to come to a full rolling boil, especially when you have such a shallow dish like this. You want to make sure that you control the heat, and all you're doing is evaporating some of the liquid off so that you get more of a syrupy consistency to your grenadine. Okay, this is reduced down. It's been about 5 minutes, 5-6 minutes, somewhere around there. And you can see that it is still quite a bit of liquid. It's only reduced by about a third, not quite by half. You can tell that it's thickened up if you pull your spatula through and it takes a minute to fill back in. That's a good indicator. You can also take a spatula that makes it easier to see the color, the red color on, and if you dip it in, it will stick to it a little bit. And you can kind of drag your finger through and you can see that it's thickened up a bit. Now this isn't an especially thick syrup. This isn't something that you would make, say, candy out of. This is very specifically for beverages. So if you want to make a syrup that goes in a dessert or something, you would absolutely reduce it by more. So if you wanted to make a grenadine flavored syrup that you would put into, say, a candy or a pomegranate syrup for on top of ice cream, you can use grenadine. It's really delicious, but if you wanted something a bit thicker, just cook it a little bit longer or add a little bit more sugar. We're going to let this cool down for a few minutes, and then we are going to add the juice of half a lemon, and then we can just bottle it up and start making something with it. Okay, this has cooled down a bit, so I'm just going to add in the juice of half a lemon. If you're using bottled lemon juice, or if you want to measure, I would say about a tablespoon to a tablespoon and a half. You don't need too much. You just want to cut down the sweetness slightly. You don't want a grenadine that's overly sweet like you would get in a bottle that's filled with corn syrup and all sorts of sweeteners like that. All right, now we're just going to let this cool down completely, and then we can bottle it up, and it will be ready to go.
Is that the Shirley Temple?
It is. I just put this in a little water bottle that we happen to have because it's easy to pour from. What you're going to want to do is put this in a covered container if you're not going to use all of it. Makes about a pint. Do you know how much a pint is?
No.
It's about this much. No. So this is perfect. You can use it. No, this is the grenadine. This is grenadine. Yep, and grenadine can go into either Shirley Temple. Do you know there's another drink that's good for little piggies, and it's called a Roy Rogers.
A Roy Rogers?
A Roy Rogers is...
25th century?
No, that's Buck Rogers. Roy Rogers was, yep, he was a cowboy about the same time as Shirley Temple, and he...
Shirley Temple was a cowboy?
No, Shirley Temple was a movie star.
Oh.
Roy Rogers was a cowboy.
You said they're on the same time, so...
Okay. And so a Roy Rogers would be a maraschino cherry, grenadine, and also some Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola!
Yep, so you can have either one, or you can put it in whatever you want to. So what we're going to do...
Drink the whole thing right that way?
If you drank it like this, it would be way too sweet and way too thick. So if you want to store this after you've used it, you can just put it into an airtight container and keep it in the fridge. It lasts for about 3 weeks to a month or so. Yeah, so we are going to make you a little Shirley Temple.
Ooh.
All right, here we go. Ooh, look how pretty that is.
Pretty and pink.
Yeah, that's really pretty and pink. So I'm going to swirl this up. Yep, we're going to swirl this up with a little swizzle stick that we got from our friends at the Velveteen Lounge Kitchen. You remember them? Yep. And guess what else I've got for you?
What? Ooh, a straw.
A bendy straw. What do you think?
I got a burp. I'll be right back.
Okay. So this is a wonderful drink if you've ever had grenadine syrup before that you've bought and you found it cloying and way too sweet. This is exactly the type of thing that works really well in a Shirley Temple, in a Roy Rogers, or it actually works in any kind of grown-up beverage as well.
I burped.
You burped? You want a little bit more? So what did you think about your very first Shirley Temple? Yeah? Is that something that you're going to ask for all the time?
Yes.
Yes, and we can make it with our own very own grenadine syrup.
Ooh.
Yep. So if people liked watching us make this, what can they do?
Share.
They can share this video. Sharing this video is really important. Helps us to get the word out about 3-ingredient recipes. What else can they do?
Comment.
They can comment. If you comment down below and let us know what type of recipes you'd like us to do. If there's anything you'd like us to try to make with 3 ingredients that you think that we can, or maybe something that you think we can't make with 3 ingredients. We always like a challenge. And then they can also subscribe. Yes. Subscribing allows you to know when we have a new video. We make 3-ingredient recipes every Thursday. Who shows up on Sundays?
The kitty!
The kitty, George and Dog, are here on Sundays, and on Wednesdays we have Sullivan Spaniel. And he wants to be super famous, so he would like it if you subscribed as well. All right, so we are going to go and make ourselves another Shirley Temple and a Roy Rogers. So have a really good week. We will see you again next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So, so Grenadine is a syrup. Do you know what color a Shirley Temple drink is?
I didn't even know what a Shirley Temple was until you said so.
Okay, fine.
I'm maintaining continuity.
Details. Okay, all right.